Coming up in sports, we'll find out if the Lakers will live to play another day.
Of course they will. And Mike will tell us why they call this sport the ultimate after this.
Frisbee is no longer a game confined to college campuses or the beach. In fact, Ultimate Frisbee is a highly competitive sporting event combining Frisbee, soccer, and a little bit of football.
The major difference from other well-known sports is that you cannot advance the disc yourself. There's no equivalent of, say, dribbling in basketball or soccer. You must come to a stop and pass it. If you catch it in the end zone, that's a goal.
And there aren't any refs. You make the call, which can cause some disagreements.
Wiser heads, older heads usually prevail, and the arguments are eventually settled. And people have a basic respect for each other and a love of the game. When I started playing in 1975, there was about 40 teams in the country, and now there's over 600. And they're broken out into college divisions and open divisions.
And there will be a tournament this weekend at Johnson Field.
Demanding game, looks
Yes,
like.
it is.
Well, Ultimate Frisbee may not be an Olympic sport, but it's pretty fun to watch. 12 teams from 4 states competed in this weekend's Ultimate Frisbee tournament in Albuquerque. In this match, the Babylon sisters from Colorado beat a club from Phoenix. Anyone who plays will tell you that Ultimate is not just a game, it's a very competitive and tough sport.
A fast-paced, full-tilt sport. It's got every aspect of athletics that you'd want. And the diving catches, the high flying catches, the big defensive plays, the intense wind in your face, you know, zone defense. There's a lot to it.
You describe this sport as a kindler and gentler version of air rugby.
The folks who play say there are 600 to 800 Ultimate Frisbee teams across the country. Santa Fe High even started a team this year. Well, if running, biking, hiking, and the other 1,000 ways to stay in shape aren't for you, maybe Ultimate Frisbee is.
I've played in many sports, and this is probably the hardest sport I've ever played in. So I would highly recommend it to anybody wanting to stay in top shape.
It's a non-contact sport, so you're not running into people, even though sometimes that does happen.
It's played just like football, except no tackling. If you really want to be safe, though, there's always Frisbee golf.
You cook up Ultimate Frisbee. 7 people on a team, and the goal is to pass the Frisbee, keeping it moving to the opposing goal. Club teams from throughout the Southwest were in Albuquerque this weekend for an Ultimate Tournament. Now, Jan Crosby now plays for one of the top teams in the country.
I got dragged out by a bunch of friends one day, and they said, come out and play this sport, so I put on some cleats and went out and tried it, played horrible, tried it again, kept on trying.
And now she's doing great. The top 24 Ultimate teams in the country will be here in July.
Ultimate started in 1969 and in a high school in New Jersey. And in 1979, the Ultimate Players Association was formed. That's a national organization to promote the sport and everything. And since '79, it really started picking up. There's been sectionals, regionals. There's 5 regions in the country, and nationals. And every 2 years, there's worlds. So there's teams from all over the country and all over the world.
In Albuquerque.
In Albuquerque, there's we got one team here, basically, and I don't know how long it's really been going on, but it's just about 11 years. About 11 years it's been going on, and it just whoever comes out and plays. It's just a bunch of dedicated people who come out and play the sport.
Talk about the sport. Why play it? I mean, it's not sanctioned like through the university. It's not something that a lot of people know about. Why play it?
It's a lot of fun. It's you can run around, and it's just a real kick to get out there and run around and play the sport. I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's just a blast.
Who plays it? What type of an athlete? What kind of a person plays it?
Well, college students. There's a lot of college teams across the country, but then this team, we got a lawyer, we got some students, just physical therapists, doctors, teachers, just anybody, a lot of different people.
Not so much the type of jobs they have, but just people in general. Last time I remember we were out here, they were talking about maybe the athletes maybe wanted to get away from the more conventional kind of structured sports. Maybe more of a free spirit. Do you find that at all?
There's definitely there's a certain type of player who plays Ultimate, and they're real dedicated to Ultimate. It's they're just, you know, some people just live and breathe Ultimate, and that's all they play. There's a lot of people who play other sports, volleyball, basketball, you know, on city leagues and stuff. But yeah, it's just a lot of dedicated people. I mean, we have to pay for to go to all our different tournaments, and you know, we travel 10 to 15 hours to some of them, and it's just from love of the sport. You want to field some questions, Eric?
How many play for your team?
We have about, if you count everybody, we have about 25 to 30 people. Generally, we get about 15 to 20 out here, dedicated, hardcore players. And for this upcoming tournament, we're going to cut the team. It's about 16, I think. And then we're going to have a B team of all the excess players.
And your official title with the group is what?
I'm just a player.
How long have you been playing?
I've been playing myself for about 8 or 9 years. I've been playing in Albuquerque just since September.
Why is it called Ultimate?
I don't know. Is that what they first started calling it in New Jersey? Somebody pulled that name out somewhere. Just Ultimate Frisbee. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's a.
Your name is?
Eric Edgerton.
Spell your last
name. E-D-G-E-R-T-O-N.
You from here?
I'm from Albuquerque. I've been here about 2 years.
Okay. Describe to me the sport. I understand it borrows from a lot of sports. Kind of, as briefly as you can, explain to me how the sport came to be.
Well, it's a non-contact sport which combines a lot of the skills and abilities of hockey, basketball, and football and soccer, basically. You're trying to score in an end zone with by passing the disc to a player in the end zone. And it's a lot like hockey in that there's continuous play. The disc, when it goes out of bounds, it's a turnover, and it's picked up by the other team, and play is continued from there. So the only breaks are in between points. So it takes a lot of endurance, and there's just a lot of running.
Do you find the type of athlete that participates in this sport is maybe a little different from maybe the intramural basketball guy or a guy who plays soccer somewhere, or is basically everybody the same?
Well, there's not really a lot of difference. I mean, people play because they want to play. There's one of the differences is there aren't a lot of teams in Albuquerque. There's basically one or two teams here, and if you want to play, you're going to have to do some traveling. Yeah, we're trying to set up a summer league here. We'd like to get more players, encourage more players to come out and join us, but you know, it's slow progressing. People don't see how you can really play a sport with a Frisbee, but people, once they see it and try it, a lot of people get hooked really quickly.
In the tournaments, the teams you see around the country, is this a serious sport? I mean, do these guys take this thing real seriously?
There are a lot of people that take this sport real seriously. I find a lot of people start off playing a college sport and find they don't have the time, or they don't feel like they could want to dedicate themselves at a varsity level, and they start playing Ultimate and find themselves putting more time and more energy into Ultimate because they enjoy it so much. That's how I got started. So yeah, there are a lot of very competitive teams in the country. People travel across the country to play. There's a tournament in Boulder every year with 26 men's teams and about a dozen women's teams. People come as far away as Chicago, New York, Florida, and all over California and Seattle. So people are pretty committed to the sport.
When you're out there playing it, what do you get out of the sport?
Well, there's constant improvement. Like any sport, you're always trying to just become a better athlete yourself, and you get a real good workout. And you meet a lot of new people, and the people that play come from a lot of different backgrounds, so it's a real diverse sport, and people, it's a real friendly crowd.
Okay, I'll watch. Good pull. Nice pull. Hurry, Joe. Get it. Come on, go get him. Get him.
I came up and hit the bottom of the net. Nice. We gotta get a dive on these. That's why I play Ultimate. Play for a month just to... Word of mouth, mostly. Anyone who wants to play can play. We're trying to get a summer league going. Thursday night when there's lights out. Travel to tournament. November we travel. We went about 13 hours to Austin 2 months ago. 11 hours to Salt Lake City about 3 weeks ago. And Tucson.
Okay, this is real intense now, so go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it one more time. Okay, wait, actually run up that spot and then catch it.
Okay.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Tell you what, yeah, you'll need to get...
Yeah, you want to get something on the field? I mean...
okay. Great.
There's no referees in this sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all what honor.
It's all honor code. Spirit of the game.
Clear for that?
There's a clause called the spirit of the game. Mission rules.
Huh? Even more when you got like...
Apparently Salt Lake City was a cheap little camera. We didn't get very much. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, he can, or he can just tape it though.
Yeah.
As it's there. Yeah, that's the trouble. See, I have to be
Hey! Well, I mean, I'd just like to get a tape of what all of this, you know, just everything. It would be really good to have.